hey-yo, like zoinks, like jinkies. There's going to be spoilers for the webcomic Quincy and the Dames. So I've covered it many times in videos before, but probably haven't covered it for like years. So the battles in this webcomic, you know, it's kind of coming in waves like the shonens, and we have the build up and then we have the climax. We probably have like the biggest build up, the biggest climax. So Dr. Stucco, so that's where we are right now in the comic, and this is kind of like the biggest point that the comic has got to so far. And so this comic, I've described it before as kind of like being a mix between Judge Dredd and One Piece. So there's like violence, crime, drugs, but then there's like, you know, the crew of the homies and weird like powers and abilities and these over-the-top battles. And this battle here right now against Dr. Stucco is almost like a Naruto level boss fight. Just like the crazy abilities and weapons and everything happening. It's just wild stuff. So I don't have everything in common with Vicious E, the author of this webcomic or this comic, but I probably have more in common with him and this comic than any other webcomic I've seen. It's just very much like, you know, the stuff that I do and the stuff like how I think and these battles and the crazy characters. And like, so you have this squirrel with scalpels that are like supercharged with the electricity from these defibrillator battles. Like, this is some big brain time going on right here. And I find it basically like infuriating that his comic is not more big time, like more people are not reading it. I've actually gone, because I know like the kind of people who would like this, like I've actually gone into the comment sections, some of these videos on YouTube, like the kind of like hip-hop Dragon Ball Z type fan base, and I've actually been like, dude, like you gotta check this out, like this, you'll love this. But I don't know, man, it's frustrating. We have to think about how can we reach these webcomics out to the people who are going to appreciate them, because I know there's millions of people who will appreciate this.
Grab that Mountain Dew. Wormhole closes in 5 minutes.
What planet are you guys from?
Planet Mountain Dew. The place where all your dreams come true.
So, do your toilets use Mountain Dew water?
No. We pee in plastic bottles.
So like brainstorming ideas of how to reach your comic out to the people who would want to read it, you know, expanding your fan base beyond the hosting website and all the other people who are just primarily focused on making their comic and getting viewers on their comic over reading your comic. That's something that I brainstormed with Shurik about. You know, I talked to him a lot about it. I tried coming up with a lot of different ideas. And Shurik is also the author of the webcomic Kensei, or Kensei, I don't know. How do we say it? Maybe Shurik will tell us. So this comic is based off of a video game, a pre-existing video game, which he did not make, but it takes place within this world, within this universe of this video game, which is Kenshi, which is kind of like post-apocalyptic alien world, robots, aliens, subhumanoid mutants, cannibals, and like samurai ninja type stuff. So it's about a wandering swords master. And I've covered it a few times before. And the arc that we had seen previously is kind of concluded, and now a new arc is starting, and the main bad guy for this new arc has been revealed, and he kind of reminds me of the main heel from the Ninja Flash animations, kind of looks like him. And also this big statue here reminds me of a stage in the Tenchu game for PSP. I think there was a stage where there was like a big statue like that in the center of this room. And also I'd just like to give another shout out to Blue Dragon, because like we were talking about with, you know, trying to network and cooperate and get your webcomics out to a broader audience, she's someone who's actually making an effort and actually trying to help other people, instead of, you know, how most of these webcomic people, you know, it's really just they want to make their webcomic and they want to have people read it, and they're not really too interested in trying to get readers to go to other people's webcomics. And it's like, if everybody worked together and cooperated, we could kind of break out of this matrix of being stuck on the hosting website. And it's like, I get like attacked for just bringing this up with these people, but I mean, the hosting website is a very, very small percentage of the people who would actually, you know, your potential market of the people who would want to look at these comics. Well, that's about it for this episode. I got some more comics I'm gonna want to show off and talk to some people I haven't talked to in a few years. So I got a few more videos planned, and check out these comics and check out what Blue Dragon is up to, because she puts together like collaboration little electronic virtual magazines showing off other people's comics, which is pretty cool stuff. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Cosmic Warriors TV.
Some people make fun of others for wearing glasses. Well, I pity the fools who do that, because there's nothing wrong with wearing glasses if you need them, right?
Right!
Problems don't go away. They just keep growing and making things worse. Not only for you, but for your friends as well. He learned a valuable lesson. You put things off, you're only looking for trouble. Woody was lucky this time, but don't you press your luck. If things start looking fuzzy and blurred, you get your eyes checked right away. Okay?
Okay!
Okay.